Don't forget to catch Tech Busters every Monday at 9:30 only on CNBC Africa. Now, business and IT is one of the most crucial aspects of businesses maintaining competitiveness and even gaining a competitive edge. But it often seems like IT speaks a completely different language to the rest of business. Space Age Solutions thinks that they found an answer to this in relevant IT. Thomas Murray caught up with Executive Director Chris Wellham in Cape Town recently.
First of all, Chris, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. When talking about business and IT, it seems that there's a disconnect taking place there. Why have we traditionally seen such a disconnect between IT and business?
Because business people and IT people essentially talk different languages. They poles apart in many ways. And business don't understand the tech talk, the tech jargon. Technical people and the tech world doesn't exactly help things by having their own jargon and does not really open up to the business. So what's happened is the two have almost ended up drifting apart. What's really exacerbated it, though, is that over the ages or over the last few years, business has invested in IT because they've believed in the promise of IT and they haven't necessarily seen the results. And so there has been this perception over time by business that IT is not really adding the value that it promises to. And so business has lost faith in IT and drifted away from IT and tended to spend less and less on IT. And the IT people are starting to feel a little bit more isolated and kind of left out of the picture in a way. And that has resulted in quite a significant divide between the two.
Going forward, how can we bring IT and business closer together?
Well, it's a problem that we've identified many years ago, and we really didn't know how to solve it. And over the last 2 to 3 years, we have developed actually what we call relevant IT. In relevant IT, what we have tried to do is we've identified key capabilities that we believe businesses need to develop and mature in to be able to get the maximum value out of IT. And within each capability, we have set what we call a maturity level. And those maturity levels really represent the bottom to the top. Bottom being IT is a grudge purchase. It's something that you pay as little as possible. To IT is a platform provider, in other words, a provider of a platform that you can rely on and it runs all your business systems stably. To IT is helping you achieve certain business outcomes, like my example earlier with marketing. So marketing is leveraging IT and doing better, to the point where IT is helping the business differentiate and even transform. So those are the various levels in our model.
You touched on the fact that IT is often seen as a grudge purchase and that businesses try to spend as little as they can on this component of their business. Why is that? And it seems that IT suffers from this bad brand perception. How do we go about shifting that perception?
Well, the reason it exists, we feel, is largely because of the fact that IT has promised, and there has been this great belief that IT is going to bring all sorts of great value to a business, and it hasn't necessarily turned out that way. So the belief and trust in the business to spend more money on IT so that they get better value in their business has actually waned. So that is why it's become a grudge purchase. It's only in companies where business people are often more technically savvy and they see the opportunities for IT where they're prepared to spend more money. So we need to create a framework where we can actually bridge that gap, where you don't have people in business leadership positions who understand IT, and you have IT people in the business who don't necessarily understand business. And so our framework is to try and bring those two together over time.
How should business go about measuring the value that their IT resources deliver?
That is something that has almost never been done properly. The typical measurement is server uptime. So if IT is asked how well are they doing in the business, they often quote, well, the servers have been up 99% of the time. But how much does that really translate to business value? And so that is actually one of the key capabilities we've identified, is actually how does IT measure itself in the business? And that is one of the areas in our model that we address. And as one goes through the various stages of maturity, there are different aspects that you would want to measure.
On that note, Chris, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.